Here we are, man, one day after the verdict in the Karen Reed trial. Not guilty, except for the DUI, DWI, whatever you want to call it, a year probation. What a use of the justice system, like whether you believe she was guilty, innocent, whatever. And I want to know what everyone thinks. I was saying this in another video. I feel like even the people that believe that she is guilty, right? And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying the people that do feel that way, like if you're hearing this right now, there's no way that you can just think that it's just as simple as that she's guilty. There's more to the story that's clear. I feel like regardless of what side of the debate you stand on, and leave that in the comments below, subscribe and all that. Now, and it's like they took her back to trial after the first verdict, and they just, again, even if you think she's guilty, I mean, you got to agree, especially now the evidence just wasn't there, and there's just more to this. But you see Masshole Mafia, they've been very active on social media during this whole trial. Check out what they're saying. They hate Karen Reed, right? Statement from the Roberts, Albert, and McCabe families. Karen Reed will face justice for killing John O'Keefe. Justice delayed is not justice denied. Keep his family in your hearts today. They have been robbed by a psychopath numerous times over. Now, I read this in my video yesterday, but it didn't hit algorithmically, so hopefully y'all are seeing this now. Check out what they said. Again, this is from, the Roberts, Alberts, and McCabe families. Today, our hearts are with John and the entire O'Keefe family. They had suffered through so much and deserved better from our justice system. While we may have more to say in the future, today we mourn with John's family and lament the cruel reality that this prosecution was infected by lies and conspiracy theories spread by Karen Reed, her defense team, and some in the media. The result is a devastating miscarriage of justice. So, we're going to go over some of the responses here, but I don't know, man. I mean, will anything ever come of this case? I was talking about it in a video yesterday. It's crazy. You have a law enforcement officer deceased, former law enforcement officer, right? And it's like, will no one answer for this? What do you think? Do you have any faith at all that someone will pay for this? Do you have any faith that justice will prevail at all in any way? Check out what people are saying, though. They should have simply written, well, it's definitely an episode now. Then this one, wouldn't it be better if those inside 34 Fairview who beat him and put him outside to die would face justice? That seems to make more sense. But I guess Turtle Boy bad, right? Give it up, Kate. You lost this one. Go live your life and try to be happy. All this hate and, sorry, my eyes, vitriol is taking years off your life, and ugly on the inside shows on the outside. Find another hobby, learn to crochet, go camping without your devices, spend quality time with your remaining kids. It's not too late for you to change the course of your life. You will feel better and look better and maybe even be happy. Get well soon. What happened in 34 Fairview, y'all? What do you think? What say you? Justice for John is where the McAlberts are on trial. This I shared in the video yesterday as well.
The Alberts and the McCabes.
And lastly, what would you say to those who feel like John O'Keefe still hasn't received justice?
Well, all of these people here think John O'Keefe hasn't received justice because the people who murdered John O'Keefe are out there. They're the McCabes and the Alberts, and John O'Keefe went into their home and never came out of it alive, and they threw him on the lawn like trash. So I would hope that all of us can unite at this point, now that Karen Reed has been exonerated, that all of us can unite and demand that the Alberts and the McCabes and Brian Higgins be held accountable for what they did to John O'Keefe.
So you see that everyone is like, this is kind of a mind fuck right here. Everyone's saying, what happened in that house? The McCabes, the Alberts, Brian Higgins, the agent, just all the shadiness and stuff. will someone answer for this? Will they do more digging on this? What's going to happen with this case? And then you have them putting out this statement saying Karen Read and her defense team just threw wild conspiracy theories and stuff out in court, and she evaded prosecution. They poisoned and tainted the trial with their madness. You know, it's like that wasn't a very strong case. If some conspiracy theories or whatever could just be thrown out there, and it just confuses the jury so much. You didn't have much evidence, right? And again, you know, I'm looking at this from every perspective. I'm saying for the people that believe that or don't believe that, you know what I mean? Someone says he's been right about everything. What's going to happen with Turtle Boy as well with his case? Imagine the spokesperson of JOK best friends being a scumbag mother who gave up the rights of her children in order to live with their abuser. Talk about Stockholm Syndrome. Seek help. Krusty. Hero. Great job, TB. Shows your vile efforts work. What's going to happen with his case? You're about to find out real quick how hard you've been used. It's FO time for you, KP. Projecting. Tell them the guy never went in the house. Brian Albert. Why did both Jen McCabe and Kerry Roberts lie to the FBI? I take that as a threat from the real murderers. Pretty sure they won't be talking to you anymore. You can stop speaking for them. Then you should give back some of the money you robbed them of. What do you guys think? Was he used? Do you think that is true? Where else were we? A couple more responses I wanted to go over there. Where were we? No, I think that's about it. What do we got right here?
The people right now. And by the way, anybody who's watching, she will be able to sue the Jesus out of a lot of people right now. And by the way, anybody who's watching this, if you called Karen Read a murderer or a killer on Twitter or on a video and she's found not guilty, you better lawyer up, because she can come after you for slander, defamation, libel.
Will there be any lawsuits? Will she go after anyone civilly? I mean, just so many questions about this all. It's so crazy. You know what I mean? And it was wild yesterday. We saw when the verdict was read that there was that delay, right? They were reading the verdict in the court, and we know of all the people gathered outside on this big day. This was the big moment. There was like the 5-second delay or so from live TV. The people went crazy out there. It was a pretty powerful moment, man. So there you have it, one day after the Karen Read trial. So many questions remain. The statement from the McCabes and the Alberts and all that. What's going to happen? What will the future bring is the big question here to me, and I want to hear from everyone out there. Let's talk in the comments about it all. Subscribe to the channel. It's Crime Time Podcast signing out. I will get with you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for updates. Peace.